Let's create Hangman, a simple text-based game which you can easily code along with me to create your very first game. Let's get started. We create a file called main.py in which we're going to write our Python code for our game. During the game, we have to guess a word letter by letter, so in order to start the game, we need to pick a random word. In order to pick a random word, we need a list of random words, so we create a file containing random words which we would like the game to use. After that, we can describe in Python that we want to open the file and read the words from it. So we start by creating an empty list called words, and then to read from the file, we can say with open, and to open we pass the file name, which is words.txt, as well as an R, which means we are reading from the file. In case we would want to write something to the file, we would pass a W. And there's many more codes in order to interact with files differently. We then follow that by as words file. This means we can now interact with the file using the words file variable. Because each word is stored on a separate line, we can now say words is equal to the words file.readLines, which gets each line from the file. Each line is followed by a new line character, and each word might have uppercase and lowercase letters, so we then use a list comprehension in order to strip away the white spaces and change each word to the lowercase variant of that word. Now that we have a list of random words, we are ready to pick one single random word. So we create a new variable called word2guess. In order to pick a random word, we'll need to import the random library. We can then use random.choice in order to pick a random value from our list. In our case, we pick a random word from our list of words. Now we can start preparing everything that is needed to be able to guess the word. So we create a guessed word, which is a list of underscores with the same length as the word we need to guess. Let's see what this looks like. We can print the word to guess on screen, and we also print the guessed word. We see the word to guess is platypus, and we see that our current guessed word is a list of underscores with the same length as platypus. The reason that our guessed word is a list is because when we play the game and a letter is guessed, we want to replace each underscore with the guessed letter. And if we do this with strings, we need to create entirely new strings each time we correctly guess a letter. Since a string is immutable, in order to change our guessed word from our list to a string, we can use the join method in order to join each letter in the guessed word together using an empty character. If we then print the joined guessed word on screen, we see that we now have a string hamburger and a string full of underscores. The next thing we need to keep track of is what letters have been guessed. If a letter is guessed correctly or wrongly, we need to be able to display each round of guessing to the user what letters he has already tried. So we create a variable called guessedLetters, which is an empty list. Finally, we create a variable called lives, which keeps track of how many wrong guesses we're still allowed to make. Now that we have all the variables in place to keep track of the state of the game, we need to create a loop which keeps asking the player for their guess. And in our case, we're going to use a while loop because we want to ask the question while the player has more than 0 lives and the player has not yet guessed the word correctly, ask him for a new guess. So to create that while loop, we say while lives is larger than 0, meaning the player can still make wrong guesses, and the join of our guessed word is not equal to the word we're supposed to guess, which means as long as the player has not guessed the word, keep asking him for a guess. Now we can enter the loop and write the logic which should be repeated, while the user should still make guesses. The first thing we need to do is create a variable called guess, and use the input method in order to ask the user for a letter he or she wants to guess. In addition to asking the user for the letter, we also display the currently guessed word, and we display a list of numbers of all the letters that have been tried. Now that we have our user's guess, we need to make sure the guess is valid. One of the conditions for being a valid guess is that the user has to guess an actual letter and not something like a number or a symbol. In order to do that, we can look at something called an ASCII table, which shows the number representation for each letter in the alphabet or other symbols on the keyboard. There we see that the lowercase letter a is number 97 and the lowercase number z is 122. So as long as we keep working with just lowercase letters, we're able to check as long as our guess is between 97 and 122, it is a valid guess. So let's take the guess we just got from our user and force it to be a lowercase. Then we can use the built-in ORD function in order to convert our guess to a number. We can then ask if the ORD of our guess is smaller than 97, meaning it's before the lowercase letter a, or the ORD of our guess is larger than 122, meaning that it comes after the lowercase letter z. If either of these is true, we need to tell the user that they need to make another guess, giving a correct letter this time. We then use continue in order to skip all the code that comes afterwards in the loop and skip back to the beginning of the loop, aka ask for a new guess. Next, we need to make sure that the user doesn't guess a letter that has been guessed before. So we say if the guess is in our guessed letters, then we need to inform the user that the letter has already been guessed and this guess doesn't count. We then use continue again to jump back to the beginning of the loop and ask for a new guess. Next, if our guess is not part of the already guessed letters, we can start handling the actual guess. So we can say if the guess is in the word we need to guess, meaning we guessed a correct letter, and we have an else which describes what to do if the guess was wrong. When our guess is wrong, one of the things we know we need to do is decrease the amount of lives we have. So we write lives minus equals 1. We also know that in both these cases, we need to add the guessed letter to the guessed letters list. So before the if-else, we say the guessed letters dot append our current guess. Then after decrementing the lives, we need to inform the user that the guess was wrong, and we can show the player how many lives he has left. Next, we will write what to do if the guess was correct. It is not enough to say, find the index of the correct letter, and on that index, replace the underscore with the guessed letter, since it is possible that some words contain the same letter twice. And if there is something like the word wood, and we guess the letter O, we want both the O's to be filled in. So, in order to fill in the letters in our guessed word, we iterate over the word we need to guess, and if the current letter we are iterating over is equal to our guess, then we can say that our guessed word at index I is equal to the letter we guessed, or the letter we found in the word to guess. Doing so will fill in all the places where our guessed letter needs to be. Now that we wrote the code to handle a correct or a wrong guess, let's write some code to handle if we win or lose. If we either win or lose, we'll have exited the while loop. So below the while loop, we can make our check. If the lives are larger than 0 and we've exited our while loop, this means we have won the game, since we exited the while loop based on the fact that our guessed word is equal to the word to guess. So if our lives is larger than 0, we write print congrats you won. We can then use the else for the case where we lost, since if the lives is not larger than 0, then we must have exited the loop based on the fact that lives is equal to 0. In that case, we show the player, you lose. Let's now go ahead and run the code to see if it works and check for errors. We see that we get a value error, not enough values to unpack. We also see that when we ask the user for a letter, there is no space between the colon and the user's guess. First, we add the additional space on line 29 at the end of our string. Then, in order to fix the unpack error on line 47, we need to add enumerate around the word to guess. This allows us to get access to both the index and the letter each iteration. Let's now run the program again. We guess the letter A. We see that it correctly identifies a wrong guess and decrements the lives. We then guess the letter F, which is also a wrong guess. And we also acknowledge that it correctly updates the list of used letters or the previously guessed letters. Then we guess the letter O, and we see that it correctly fills in the 2 O's that are in the word we need to guess. And it also adds O to the list of guessed letters. Finally, we guess the letter W and the letter D, and we correctly guess the word and the game ends. And we also see on screen that the game acknowledges that we have won. Let's run the program again to do some more checks. We guess W, which is correct. Then we guess the letter 0 to check if it correctly identifies that we haven't entered a letter. And as you can see, we get on screen, you need to guess a letter from A to Z, try again. So that works correctly as well. We then enter multiple letters. And when we guess that, we see that we get another error, namely that we can't use ORD on multiple characters. since as we saw in the ASCII table, each letter is represented by a number, but the computer doesn't know what to do when it receives multiple letters. At least it is not defined. In order to fix this, we go to the part of the code where we check if our guess is a lowercase letter, and before we make that check, we make the check whether the length of our guess is larger than 1. So if the length of our guess is actually larger than 1, we enter the if and inform the user that it needs to guess a letter, and then we continue and ask for a new guess. This way, because we are using OR, if the guess is longer than 1 letter, we never get to the ORed function, because we already enter the if. Let's now run the code again and see that it works for multiple letters. And it does. We have now finished our game and can add as many random words as we would like. I hope you enjoyed the video and were able to code along with me. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And if you learned something new in this video, please leave a like. And if you want to see more content like this, consider subscribing. Have a nice day.